Mercury, Mercury, Mercury. Woo! Hi all. Today's video is sponsored by Oil Luge I Live Eye Contour Treatment. Ooh, it's great for underneath your eyes and all things like that to contour and make beautiful. Look at that. Ooh, ah. It contains evening primrose oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E, moringa, oleifera. We're gonna get better, but isn't that beautiful? It really is. Quite an amazing product, a great oil for underneath the eyes, to contour the face. It's the perfect travel thing. And we also just like that it has a roller ball. We can unscrew that for you. It's wonderful. You can just massage the face with it all day. So that's our sponsor, Oil Luge, I Live, Eye Contour Treatment. Website, later on. So today, we're painting again, but this time we've already painted. We're just doing our touch-ups, because in a lot of our artwork, what we like to do is this thickening thing where we'll just layer more and more paint on top of each other. There are some other artists that do it. You can look it up yourself. Not here to teach you today. Just here to talk about how we are a former. Oh, no. See, there we go. Messing it all up. We're a fraud. See? Couldn't even get through the whole thing. We're already telling you we are a fraud and a painter. And fraud stands for former Republican and unsubscribed Democrat. I think that's how you spell fraud. But it doesn't really matter. The whole point of why we're making this video today is just to kind of talk about how we're a fraud in our everyday life all the time. You know, we constantly say one thing and then do another. You know, it's also very hypocritical, which goes back to a bits about ourselves before this. I think we've made a video on that as well. Or we should have, you know. We get lazy, right? But we tell you this because, okay, so here's the deal. We're making these videos and we're talking and we're doing this not really because we want to. It's because we have this knowledge inside of us that we have to share. And we're really, we don't want people to think of us as a fraud, because it's like, how do you really know 100% that the information you're getting is real and accurate? We get it. Totally understand. However, there are just some other things, right, that we're just worried about. And I guess we don't have to be worried about it, because it's all supposed to work itself out. Like, we're in the battle for good versus evil. Like, there is no Republican and Democrat anymore. Like, it's real cute that you guys think that those are even still things. No, none of that's real. None of that's real. Okay, look, we're owned by draconians. All right? We're enslaved to aliens called draconians. Why do you think they call it draconian rule? Yeah. Like, no one's like, but who are these draconians? And it's all this like draconian lockdowns and draconian laws and rules. And it's like, who are these draconians, right? Well, they are those lizard people that you keep thinking are funny or not real or aren't like already here, and that's cute and that's fine. We get that. But like, all right, God, and this is where we're gonna maybe lose a few people. So God and I were talking. Well, we were talking, and he was very clear, and he can be. You gotta get over it. Like, it's just it's all kind of the same. Doesn't matter who you choose to announce it. It's all the same thing. Anyway, so we were talking and made it very clear that we have to make these videos whether we want to or not, because it's part of some plan. And we actually don't really care to be, we're tired of performing. We honestly want others to take up the mantle. We'd much rather do the behind the scenes work. But we are also not sure how to do that either. It comes back to us being a fraud, right? And I think that's also why we're so scared. We're afraid of being a fraud. But at the same time, like, we've done some really cool stuff, besides being a former Republican and unsubscribed Democrat. And if you don't know what that means, it means that we are not either of those things. And we don't agree with everything that they're doing because they have a lot of shady people. We're not blindly following anyone anymore, ever again. We're going to be open to new people, new ways, but at the same time, we're going to be smart. We're going to be skeptical about who we trust at first, because there's a lot of untrustworthy people on all sides. And this is what's really important for everyone to see, is that, deep state is much more than just Democrats. It includes quite a few Republicans. Anyway. So we worry about being a fraud. So God told us that we had to make these videos. And it sounds honestly ridiculous even saying it out loud. Like, who even has the audacity to say something like that? But it's like someone has to say what they're going to say, And I don't know. It's hard to explain it. It's just, we're supposed to be doing this, and we don't feel very good at it. It probably doesn't help that we have a whole bunch of, well, by our society's standards, mental illness, but it's actually mental awareness of just like how weird things are and how screwed up things are. And yes, like, it's supposed, like God said, it's supposed to all just play out. It's going to be fine. I just have to have faith. And we have to have faith. And that's the problem. Since we haven't always had faith, it's like, does that actually, we used to have a lot of faith. In fact, even as we were a small child, we would have, we sang in the church choir, we did all those things. We even tried to build wells in Africa. And we were like in high school. We didn't know what we were doing. I think we raised a couple $100 maybe. Although, granted, it definitely spurred something on, I think, at the university level, or maybe they were already doing something and I just didn't know or something. Don't really know. But regardless, other people decided to do that too. And they started building wells, which I guess that was probably something people already did. See? We're a fraud. Stealing people's ideas. But we still raised a couple $100 for that. So I guess that in itself is a reward. And we have to get better about not expecting our rewards to be reaped in usual ways. Like these videos, for instance. No one's going to really see them. But we're making them because for some reason they have a purpose. There is a reason for them. It's a weird thing to say. It's a weird thing to feel, but we all feel things, I guess, right? We sure do. Oh, you know what would help? Light. The light makes everything better. Finding the light That is a wonderful, wonderful thing to find your light. How do you find your light? For us, sometimes finding our light is harder than others. Painting when we're not filming it, which is so much more stressful than so it's weird to be, because we've talked about the act of observation and how it changes perspective, how it changes an outcome. It's that simple. Little bits. That change the outcome. Like anything, just watching. It's changing the outcome of what's going on in our artwork. Because, yes, no one currently besides us are watching. But imagine, just imagine who could end up watching it. Right? And that could be enough to change the direction of your work, of what comes out, what is presented, what is availed to you. Part of why we love to thicken so much and do all these layers stems from this desire to just have more layers all the time. Because we are so complex, It's just where is that complexity? Why are we wasting all our complexity on such menial things as being Democrat or Republican? That's right, we brought it back. We thought about it for a moment. We were like, maybe we should come back to it. So like we said, we're a lot of things, because clearly we're very political. Clearly we're not all there mentally. But really, who is in 2020? In fact, if you are there all mentally, then clearly there is something very mentally wrong with you. Congratulations. Yeah. It's just congratulations. This year has taught us so much. In particularly just how dark the world is. But the light is still coming, and it's still here. And we're ready for it. We're totally ready for it. But we're so not ready for the light. We have no idea what's gonna, and also what has to take place first before. So we have some more stuff to go through, and we need people to be a little more prepared and ready for it. But how do we prepare for it when we don't even know how to prepare for it? And see, this is the problem, right? We know that fighting is not the answer. Just more blood and violence is not the right answer. There's some stuff that's definitely gonna have to happen. We're not in charge of any of that. We're really working on letting go. Like we said, there is no Democrat, Republican, so we gotta let go of all that stuff. The things that we don't have control over. We have control over some stuff. But it does seem to be less and less control. And more and more. I don't know how to explain it, but just... the thickness of it all. Well, this has been fun, but honestly, you didn't learn anything from this video. You just wasted your time. Congratulations. That's all we're here to do, is waste time. We're gonna try to make it funnier and more exciting We don't know what we're going to do, actually. We want to try to make enslavement to an alien race not the worst thing. Like, we want to be able to make jokes about it and move forward from it and, like, accept it while also, fighting against it. Because until they officially reveal themselves, we're just kind of stuck in a limbo place where we have to entertain you. And we're just so tired of entertaining. We would rather just live our life, and if you happen to catch it, wonderful. But, we want to do other things. But apparently, we can't do anything until we do these things. So, God is my witness, and many others. We want to finish this up. And remember, thank you to our sponsors, Oilush, I Live, Eye Contour Treatment. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You'll be gorgeous too. Also, this person is amazing. We love them. This company is run by a beautiful conservative being who truly cares about his consumers, which is why we choose to represent it. We would not push it real good if we didn't love it. Absolutely. Anyway, this has been Mercury, Mercury, Mercury.